Right, hey up. It's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, as they say in Phoenix Nights? I hope. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yeah, somebody's saying yeah, so we're going, are we? Just let me double check. Right. Hey
Oh,
up.
yes, we're off. We're off. Right.
Oh, yeah, finally. Stupid StreamYards, tell you. I should have stuck with this, shouldn't I? That'll not be getting continued. That will not be getting continued. Yes, right. Okie dokie. But then now it's not saying it's not working on me, my YouTube, what they call it? Um, that gallery, what they call it? Where you stream, all your information for your stream is what they call it. It says it's not working there. I'm just getting a spinning wheel thing. Yet before, it were working. Oh, it's confusing as all this computer stuff. Right, so we'll start again. We will start again. Welcome to the show. Let's have an intro, shall we? Again. Off we go. Right, I'm back. So, hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek, as you know. Welcome to Friday night appointment with Fear. This week we're doing White Noise, as you can see there. I've decided to put the pictures as my background instead of my spooky graveyard. We're doing White Noise. See, I'm all confused. So apologies for those that were watching on Rumble and Twitch. If you've come over here, I've had to pack that in because of stupid StreamYards, because I don't understand it. Basically, it is beyond my ken. Anyway, we're watching White Noise. But before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. I would also be on Rumble and Twitch and Spotify and Amazon Music Podcasts and Google Podcasts. I will be tomorrow. I'll upload it tomorrow. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the description, as are links to my 2 books. Silent Predator, a short horror novella. Just a bit of fun. Mercury Rapids, light-hearted, sci-fi, action-adventure about UFOs and stuff. Don't expect much. It's me, after all. They're on Amazon, Kindle and all that jazz. Right, let's get the chat box up. There it is. And there's the chat box. No ink, press the wrong button. There we go. Hopefully the chats will appear. I hope you're seeing me. I'll ask the question, am I live? Well, it's come on the chat. It's come on the chat anyway, so I'll guess that I am. I'll guess that I am. Somebody say something. I don't want to start again and then find out that nobody's there. It says I've got 3 viewers, and all your chats have appeared there. Hey, so I'll just wait a second, and then we'll get on with the film. We'll see if Wingrace or Joshua replies to me. Maybe you are an AI. I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. I am Scotty. What's the bloody name now? Tell you, my brain stopped working. Looks clear. Right, okay, we're off. Right, fair enough. Right, so let's get the film up and we'll start again. I don't know where have I put the bloody thing. There we go. Right, we're off. We're off and running. Right, so White Noise, starring Michael Keaton, directed by Jeffrey Sachs. Also stars the lovely Deborah Cara Unger, who's amazingly statuesque. She's like chiseled from marble. It's a joint British, Canadian, American film from 2005, written by Niall Johnson, no relation, I don't think. Doing the voice of Data, yes, that one. I knew you'd know. Yes, it's terrible, isn't it? What else? It's from 2005, and it's about EVPs. They keep saying EVPs in the film, but it's not really EVPs. It's ITCs, instrumental transcommunication, but, whatever. Right, so we're off. There we go. The universal logo and other stuff. Nobody knows whether our personalities pass on to another existence or sphere, but if we can evolve an instrument so delicate as to be manipulated by our personality as it survives in the next life, such an instrument ought to record something. I think that's Thomas Edison. There we go. Thomas Edison, 1928. Speaking of Doohan, James Doohan, and doing the voice of Data, why didn't anybody tell him? I don't know. Anyway, maybe they didn't know, those that were recording him. Right, so we're off with the film, and we're showing obviously a VHS. A lot of VHS in this film from 2005. I thought VHS were pretty much done with by then, but never mind. Still got a VHS down here. I've still got the odd tape knocking about. Never used the bugger. There's a bit of information about electronic voice phenomena, recording of voices and images of the dead using detuned receiving apparatus. Technically not true, is it? You know, you just use a recorder, don't you? And it doesn't have to be detuned. Like I said, they're on about instrumental transcommunication. Right, off we go. Michael Keaton, White Noise, Deborah Cara Unger, Chandra West. She plays, I think, his wife. Whose name I've forgotten. See, I'm going to have to check now my blooming cast. Anna, that's it, Anna Rivers. And Ian McNeice, who plays the other fella in it. Raymond Price. I've just watched this not long ago. Dear. In 2005, Windgrace says they were airing 5 hours of Trek per day, and I was using my VHS to tape them all. Lol. Oh, well, you would be, wouldn't you? VCR onto VHS, actually. All right. What's the difference between a VCR and a VHS? I don't actually know. Video cassette recorder, isn't it? VCR. It's just another name, isn't it? Betamax, or Betamax, as you say over there. That's a VCR, isn't it? It's anyway, whatever. Right, and Ian McNeice. Right, we're off. Credits showing a radio. Right, we're off. We're with the Rivers family. Michael Keaton, Jonathan Rivers, his wife, Anna Rivers, his second wife. And their young son, who's called something else, but I've forgotten. Michael. It's called Michael Rivers. So, anyway, it's a morning in the Rivers household. There she is, the lovely Chandra West. I've never seen her in anything else, I don't think, but she's astonishingly pretty. And she's an author, a very successful author, and he's a very successful architect. And the son's a very successful child actor, I presume. Anyway, he's eating fruit for breakfast. Just chopped up fruit. Get some cornflakes in you, or a slice of toast, man. Christ. I think it's supposed to be set in Washington State, somewhere like, I don't know what's in Washington, Seattle, somewhere like that. I don't know, but I think it was filmed in Vancouver or British Columbia somewhere. It looks very Vancouvery, but anyway. So anyway, we find out that Anna is Jonathan's second wife. Michael is his son to his first wife. She was in Puppet Master 4, was she? I don't know. I haven't seen that. I think I've seen the first one, Puppet Master, but I don't think I've seen any of the others. But anyway, there she is. Anyway, I'll just let you look at that. And we find out she's pregnant. She's expecting a child, so they're all happy. And there we go. They're all kissing and lovely. But she's got to go to a meeting. So, but they're doing all this. You know, yeah, look, we're going to have a baby. We're going to have a baby. to quote Vivian from The Young Ones. So she's got to take Michael to school because apparently it were going to be picked up by his mum, whose name I forgot. But you know the actress. We'll get to her. He's got to be supposed to be picked up by his mum and going to stay with her for a few days. But she can't make it. She's going to pick him up after school. So Anna is taking him to school. So there we go. And obviously Jonathan's going to work. So all happy families, and they live in a lovely area. of wherever this is supposed to be. It's probably Vancouver. I don't know. Puppet Master 3 was the last I can recall seeing. Yeah, I don't know. As I say, I've seen the first one. Am I killing it with the accents? So I'll do a Scotty. No bloody A, B, C, or D. Anyway, so I'll do a Canadian accent. So anyway, we're looking at a boot. So we see that he's an architect. So this is his assistant / secretary. He's all very happy and bubbly because he's going to be a dad again, remember? And he's telling his assistant he wants a bunch of flowers, lilies. Don't know why he's asking for lilies. Are they associated with death? Well, yes, as we find out. Get some roses, man. And a big box of chocolates. And so his assistant's saying, oh, something's up. Why don't you just tell her, I'm going to be a dad? Well, he don't tell her, but never mind. It's not important. Right, he gets home. It's gone 6 o'clock, apparently. He gets home. Nobody's home. He gets the message on his phone. Anna's left a message. She got a call from a friend who's having trouble with her, other half. So she's gone for drinks with a friend, basically. So she'll be late home. So he's thinking, fair enough. So he's pottering about the house during the evening and wondering the time's getting on. And he phones up there. He does a bit of work. And then he phones up the friend, just goes to answering machine, and he says, get her to give me a call when she gets, when you can. You must be having fun. Anyway, the time's getting on. It's the early hours of the morning now. So he's wondering what's going on. He checks the clock. It's, 2:30? Yep, 2:30 in the morning. Exactly. I think the clock might have stopped there. I can't actually remember. Has it? I'll press play. Yes, the clock has stopped at 2:30. Exactly. Of course, 2:30 is the time that everybody goes to the dentist, don't they? 2:30. Do you get it? I'll get my coat. Oh, I've got it on. Anyway, just as he's checking the clock, we get a big burst of static from the radio. The first jump scare of the film. There's one too many pointless jump scares in this film. But never mind. So we get that. A jump, just noise. And he turns it off, and then the camera focuses on the image of his wife. It's from the back of a book. She's got a new book coming out, and there's like what they call it, a sample thing of the cover, and that's what that image is from. Anyway, and then it goes to the TV. For somebody, I must have had unless I've seen a different version, I don't know. I've got it on DVD, by the way, and I couldn't find it. Like last week, I couldn't find the DVD. It's probably in a box upstairs somewhere. And I'm sure I saw a version where they got a visit from the police, and he just knew, he knew that something had happened, and then it, cut away. But maybe it's a what thingy effect, Mandela effect. See, anyway, so there we find that her car, there we go, she's missing. Her car has been found. She's nowhere to be seen. They think she's fallen in the river while changing a flat tyre. So anyway, so we cut into, several days later. So his wife's missing. They don't know if she's dead or not. Only one too many jump. No, a few too many jump scares. Anyway, so we meet his ex-wife now. Here she comes. See if you recognise her. I bet Windgrace does. There she is. She's coming in now. She's Sarah Strange, the actress, playing his wife. What's her name? I've forgotten. What's her name? Don't bloody say there. I'm going to have to look on IMDb. Did. Not on the trivia. On the cast, you stupid man. Bear with me. Jane, she's called. She's remarried, I think. Anyway. Sarah Strange. So anyway, points to Windgrace for who she plays in Stargate. She's the first of the Stargate alumnus that we see. She's been in Atlantis, I think, but she's been in SG-1 definitely. She might have been in Atlantis. See if we can get a good shot of her. It's the big eyes. Anyway, I think I recall the police visit too, Josh. Yeah, I'm sure he had a visit from the police, but not in this version that we're watching. So I don't know. I don't suppose it's important. There we see him. He's on TV, being interviewed because his wife's famous. Remember, a famous author. And we're getting passage of time. There he goes, going to work. Obviously, she's not being found. Days turn to weeks, etc. There he's going about his daily life. His son is basically being looked after by his ex-wife now, pretty much. Or the sharing, I think it was like a 50-50 thing, but I think she's picking up the slack. Yes, she was Morgan Le Fay, but that's not the right British spelling. Well, I don't know. Isn't it supposed to be Morrigan? I don't know. But yes, she was Morgan Le Fay, and she took out Adria, didn't she, in Stargate, Ark of Truth. I love that film. I do think it's dead good. Anyway, so there we go. So we see him pottering about in his lovely house, and he's going to leave that house soon and move into a horrible flat / apartment. But I presume he gives up. Hang on, let's go back a bit. There are we. There we go. Is that his boat that you see on the left-hand side? Has he got a boat? Or if it's in Canada, would it be a boot? Right, so he's going out and he sees, this is his first view of Ian McNeice watching from his Range Rover across the street. So he just looks at him and then goes off to work. And he goes to work and he sees the Range Rover outside again. There he is. So he goes over to see what's going on. So he goes to confront him. There he is, he's sitting there. And he's telling him he's had a message from Anna. Hang on, what was I saying? Apparently she was roughly 300 in... called Garage Sale Mistress. Oh, good on it. Oh, right, very good. Anyway. Where were we? He's had a message from Anna. But, he's telling her, your wife's dead. I've had a message from her. And so, obviously, Jonathan doesn't believe him. Tells him, stay away from me. But he gives him his card. And he says... be in touch if you need to be. And he's not looking well, is he, Ian McNeice? But never mind. You may have seen him he's been in lots of stuff as Ian McNeice, but don't ask me anything right now. But anyway. So here we go. So that's it. There we go. He gives him his card. Raymond Price. Is that a spin on Harry Price? The famous... ghost hunter, only from the 1920s or something like that, in the UK. So anyway, so off he goes. And he's watching videos of his wife, feeling all sorry for himself. Saying that if I had a wife that looked like that, I'd feel sorry for myself as well. He's still on about bloody Morgan Le Fay. Where are we? Notable aliases: Morgan Le Fay, Morgana Le Fay, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. Yes. Famously played Morgana Le Fay by Helen Mirren in Excalibur. Wow. Anyway, where were we? Right, so he wakes up at 2:30 in the morning. Remember, I think that was probably when his wife died. At 2:30 in the morning. So he wakes up, goes downstairs. Oh, this is the visit from the police. What happened here? Why did I not? I didn't notice this when I've just rewatched it. Did I blink and miss it? I think they're saying that they've no information, and they're just presuming she's dead, but they've not found her. He's from Doc Martin. That's where I've never watched Doc Martin, to be honest. Martin Clunes in it, isn't it? That one. Never seen it. Um, um, yeah, I think they've got evidence that she fell or something and bashed her head, and they think she's been washed away or whatever, but they've not found the body, I think. So they're showing him there. And it's near this. We come back to this area later, but or maybe they did find a body. You know what? I can't remember. I've forgotten. I've just bloody watched this and I missed that bit. Unbelievable. Maybe my son called me away and I forgot to pause it or something. Maybe I'll blame that. Anyway, so they're having a funeral. They must have found a body. They're having a funeral, and so they're all very unhappy. And so it goes back home, feeling very sad. And then it goes to 6 months later, or it might have been 6 months later, whatever. But it's 6 months later now. And he's obviously got rid of his house. Why? I don't know. It's obviously loaded. Lovely house. And he's moving into this horrible, sterile flat / apartment with his son. With no curtains or blinds or anything. It's awful. I don't even know why he's moving there. It's in the city. So what? I don't know. It's baffling. I know memories, I suppose. You don't want any memories in the house, but if he loved her, he'd stay in that house, wouldn't he? Bloody hell. Anyway, the kid's playing about with the TV. There she is. The lovely Sarah Strange. Her eyes are massive, aren't they? Anyway. So obviously they're still on good terms. You know, they're divorced, but they're obviously still on good terms, and obviously an amicable separation. So I think she's taken Michael again. I think she said, for as long as it takes. So there we go. Right, what's happening now? They're at one of the places he's building. He's designed. He's in an elevator with some bloke. I don't know who he is. But the lights go off in the elevator, and he's like, "Oh crikey!" And then his phone rings, and he sees he's getting a call. There you go, from Anna's cell phone. The late Anna's cell phone, obviously. So I don't understand that. And then the lights come back on, and then the door opens. We see this fella, some random workman. Is he random? We'll see later on. I don't even know why. Why are they having there? Don't know. Seems pointless to me, but never mind. I suppose not. We'll see anyway later on. Right, so he goes home to his horrible sterile apartment, and he digs out Anna's belongings, and he finds her phone. There we go. See, sees got Anna's cell phone in his right hand. He's got his own phone in his left hand. Then that starts ringing. Obviously, Anna's phone switched off. So he's getting a call from Anna's cell again. So he answers it, and whatever it is just cuts off. So there's nothing happens. He says, Anna. So there we go. So he's all sad. Then he wakes up again. His phone's up. He's got a message, and goes and plays the message, and it's Jonathan. It's his wife's voice, Anna's voice. Jonathan saying his name. I think she says "go now" or something. Jonathan, go now, something like that. Something along those lines. And then, but he can't play it back. It plays, but then sort of like auto deletes, and he can't play it back to his frustration. And anyway, so there you go. That's his frustration. Head in hands. So he's thinking something's weird. So that makes him decide to go and visit Raymond Price, who's got lilies on his window for some reason. Obsessed with lilies. Either the writer or Jeffrey Sachs, I don't know. Because it's death, isn't it? It's a symbol of death. So they say. So there we go. So he's at Raymond Price's house, and we see all the boxes of tapes and stuff. And he's got a client in with him who we learn is Deborah Cara Unger as somebody else. I can't remember her. I've forgotten the name already. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sarah. There we go. Sarah Tate. So anyway, So she comes out, she's all crying. They've had a breakthrough. She's been trying to get in touch with her fiance, and they have. And we find out that he's told her from beyond the grave that he's happy where he is. Well, that's how they've interpreted it anyway. So she's all emotional. I wouldn't say upset, but she's emotional. There she is, and obviously she becomes friends with Jonathan. He seems to have lots of clients, does this Raymond Price, but we don't meet any others that want to seem to help or all like that. We meet some others, but they come to sticky ends. But never mind. Anyway, so he's showing Jonathan his setup, and it looks a bit like my living room, to be honest. Not that I've got loads of equipment, just that it's generally untidy. I'm a scruff. So here we go. So he's showing him an example of. He calls it EVPs, but this isn't EVPs. It's on a TV screen. It's instrumental transcommunication. Stupid glasses, tell you. I got new glasses t'other day. I went to the opticians, got some new glasses, and I can see through them better. But I'm going to have to take them back. I'm taking them back tomorrow because the frames has come all loose. So stupidness. I had to put my old glasses back on. Unbelievable. Anyway, where were we? Right, he's showing him these recordings of faces from beyond the grave. Hang on. There we go. Let's show one. There we go. Just, wavy images. Very faint. So he says, "Oh, so these are people, that have died." And yeah. So he's skeptical. So then he comes back in with an audio recording on mini disc. Remember them? An audio recording of Anna, the message he got from Anna. So he pops that in and plays it. I can't remember what she says. It might be the Go Now thing. I can't actually remember what she says. No, it's saying. I think it's saying Jonathan Rivers, find him. So that's how he knew to go to him, because he's called Jonathan Rivers, obviously. So it says Jonathan Rivers, find him. So he gets upset about that. So we see him having a little weep in a minute from behind. Sarah brings in a cup of tea. Wonder if it's proper tea, British tea with milk in. Yes, it is, because she says she's put milk in it, so it's like proper tea. None of this bloody Earl Grey crap, this fruity stuff that posh people drink, like Picard. Anyway. So she sees, he's had an experience, and then this is where she tells him about her fiance and stuff, and he passed away, and she's been trying to get in touch with him, and blah blah blah. And she says she's become friends with Raymond, and she actually she's helping him out by storing some of his stuff at her shop. She's got a bookshop. So then she says your wife was a great writer and all that. Yeah, whatever. So chemistry, I don't know. By the way, Michael Keaton said he phoned this performance, and he apologised to the director apparently. But I think he does a pretty good job. If this is Michael Keaton phoning it in. Anyway, there's a young photo of Ian McNeice with a little lad. I wonder if that's an actual photo of a young Ian McNeice with a kid, or is it a mock-up? I don't know. Anyway, right, we're back at his horrible sterile flat. Look, it's bloody awful. There's no curtain. Everybody can just see in what he's doing. So he's decided he's going to start recording his own EVPs. So he's got his tape recorder out, putting tapes in. I don't think I was still even using tapes in 2005. We're all CDs and stuff, wasn't it? You didn't record stuff on tapes, did you? You got it off bloody Napster and put it on CDs, didn't you? That's what happened then. Back then. Well, Napster's still around in 2005. Or that gone the way of the dodo as well? I don't know. But anyway. So that's what he's doing. So he's playing. I presume he's doing it from the recorded from the radio, on a detuned um, station. But as I said, that's not really EVP, is it? That's something else. EVP is just when it just picks it up, normally in normal, ambient sound, not through a, static or out like that. Anyway, right. So that's him doing that. Waiting for a message from Anna. You see, it's raining. Next day, it's awful flat. Apartment, sorry. I still have a few cassettes. Yeah, I've got a few. Never play them. Never play them. I say I've still got a few VHSs knocking about. Never play them either. Never play them. When I die, my family, I'll have a field day going through all my stuff. There'll be a big skip outside the house, just throwing loads of stuff in. Right, so he's off to work or whatever, listening to his tapes in the car, and he almost kills himself. Yeah, I've missed it now. Or was that later? No, it must be later. Listening at work, it's taking over his life. It's becoming an obsession. Raymond Price said, it was his obsession. Raymond Price's son had died, by the way, so it became his obsession, trying to get a message from him. I don't know if he ever did. I don't think he did, but or maybe he did. I don't know. But now it's becoming Jonathan's obsession as well. And anyway, so he's listening to this tape, and then he hears a woman's voice saying the girl's name. I forgot her name. See, I'm going to have to look on bloody thing again. Oh dear, where is she? Susie Tomlinson, that's the one. Here's this woman's voice saying, Susie Tomlinson. Last time I used tapes consistently was when I still had my 1994 Saturn, which I drove until 2009. Very good. I thought you meant Sega Saturn then, so I didn't know they took tapes. Anyway, where were we? So he hears a voice saying, Susie Tomlinson, smile, this old lady's voice, and he nearly crashes his car, look. And look, crikey. Then he just carries on, leaving chaos and mayhem behind him. So he's gone back to see Raymond. They've got another. He's had another message from Anna. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember. That's not the point. The point of this is another jump scare, to be honest. He's listening to this. Raymond sodded off, so left him alone listening to this. Here we go. And then we get his first glimpse of the three men. We're going to see it here. Here we go. The lights flicker. There we go. There they are, the three men. Oh, I paused that well, didn't I? The three men. We hear that phrase a couple of times in this film, men in the room. And so he's got chills then for some reason. I don't know why. So obviously he felt them behind him and looked round. And we keep seeing them on the TV screens as well. And then he hears all screaming and shouting and like demonic voices on coming through. And Raymond comes back in and switches it off and deletes it. Did he just delete Anna's message as well? I don't know, but never mind. He says, not everybody's nice in the afterlife. We know that from Poltergeist last week, don't we? Right, so he's back in his horrible apartment, listening to his tapes. And then he gets a phone call from Raymond saying he's had a breakthrough, something else has happened, something's happened, come over. He says, I'll be right there. So he goes over and goes in, sees the doors open, and everything's all in disarray. The lights are off mostly. And there you go, everything's all smashed and tippled over. And then he finds Raymond underneath one of his TVs, looking quite, I don't know. What's he doing with his hand there for? I hate it. It's horrible. It's horrible, that apartment. I do, it's awful. Why don't you just stay in his lovely house? I mean, never mind. With his boat. Maybe they only could film there for a few days and they had to move to the somewhere else. Anyway, where were we? So it finds Raymond dead, quite dead, underneath some VHS tape and a telly that's on. So obviously he's called the police and all that, so they take him away. And then we meet another Stargate alumnus in a minute. Hang on, see, come on, show us him. Let's go back a bit more. In a minute. So they're bringing the gurney in for him. Reminded him too much of the demo, yeah, probably. But you know, I thought he loved it. He's still got all the stuff, hasn't he? He's got a phone and all that. Isn't that reminding him of her? But never mind. Here we go. Right. Come on. There we go. Mike Dopwood. Is that how you pronounce it? Or is it Dopewood? I don't know how you pronounce it. Another Stargate alumnus. We're in SG1 and he was in Stargate Universe as well. And he's been in loads of other stuff. There we go. It must be if you film something in Canada, you've got to have him in it, haven't you? He seems to be in everything from Canada. So there we go. So he's introduced to the policeman. He's a detective. So there we go. Right. So he's gone over to see Sarah, I think, at a bookshop. Which looks exactly the same as the architect's office, because I think it is the same. I think it's the same place that they've just redressed. I'm seeing all Raymond's tapes and books and the things pinging because people sending me messages. Too late, I'm busy. So they're going through his stuff. And here we go. These Jonathan's reading through one of his notebooks. And we get the first reference to men in the room. There we go. And then there's lots of nasty words, all written in Raymond's lovely, neat handwriting. There you go. There we go. That's you can't see it there, but another one that comes through, another phrase a couple of times. She's ours. We hear that a couple of times in this, because this is always from the demon chaps. Are they supposed to be demons or just evil spirits? I think they're demons, but I don't know. They look a bit demonic, don't they? There we go. So these are all messages he's got, from beyond the grave, from the demons. So he's setting up his own stuff now, look. Started setting up his own stuff with Michael in the background, playing with the poppy stuff, what do they call it? Bubble wrap, which you can't resist it, can you? Still can't resist it to this day. And he's saying to his dad, why have you got all this stuff? And he says, so I can watch my stuff and you can watch your stuff. So there you go. That's what he says to him. So he's setting all that up. Then we see Michael's asleep. And Jonathan's in his horrible apartment with no curtains. Everybody can see what he's up to. Doing his EVP stuff. There you go. And there we see Michael. Obviously, he's neglecting Michael a little bit. So he's spending more time in front of his TV than he is with his son. There's Morgana Le Fay's come to pick him up. And they'll see in a few days. So he's on his own now, looking at all this stuff. But nothing's happening, and he's getting a bit cross. I think, yeah, it's getting a bit cross now, because nothing's happening. So he goes to see a medium. This actress, you probably know her. Hang on, so we get a view from there. We are. Is it Keegan something or other? Let's have a look. Keegan Connor Tracy. She's been in loads of stuff. She has been in loads of stuff. She was in Bates Motel recently, but she's been in a ton of stuff. She's got one of those faces you think, oh, I've seen her before. But she's playing a medium in this who happens to be blind, and she's tells him, does Willow Avenue mean anything to you? And he says, no, that don't mean anything. She said, okay, that happens sometimes. And then something weird happens. I don't really understand this, but there's like a flash of, like a TV, like static, like a white noise thing, with a face, a screaming face, and are we going to see it here? I bet I don't land on it. No, see, we haven't landed on it. It's going to happen now, isn't it? Maybe not. Anyway, we see this flash, so we think that something she's seen, but it's like he's seen it as well, because he describes. She says, "What was that?" And he goes, "Oh, it's EVP." And I thought, well, what were he thinking about it? And she just picked it up, or what? I don't know. But she says, "You shouldn't be doing that. You're meddling with things you don't understand." Blah blah blah. So he leaves. I don't think he believes her really. But then she says, "Your wife were pregnant," and but she don't understand Willow Avenue. She tells him about Willow Avenue again. She thinks that's important because they kept saying it over and over again. This is where she's getting cross with him, telling him you're meddling. And then he goes. And then she says, "Your wife were pregnant, wasn't she?" And then he just walks out. And that's the last we see of her. Then we cut to this. I'm sure this is in Vancouver. This like waterfall fountain thing. I'm sure that, were it in that film? I forgot what they call it. It had Clancy Brown in it, and Kirstie Alley, and Sidney Poitier. That one. I think it's that. Anyway, but it might not be. Right, so he's gone back to his awful apartment, eating a sandwich, and I think he gets something through here now. What the hell are they? Oh, you can't see him. Is it carrot? I think it's carrot, isn't it? Is that carrot? Don't know. It looks awful, whatever it is. It looks vile. Anyway, so he sees something now. I think he might actually see. No, he sees the Susie Tomlinson person. Good thing it was her last appearance, otherwise she'd likely end. Well, yeah. But no. Spoilers. It's all like clients of Raymond Price that end up dead, isn't it? For some reason. So he's starting to see images now. They're starting to come through, and they come through thick and fast from here on in. Here we're going to get the three. There we go. They're going to come on. We're going to see them. There they are. The three men appear on the TV as he's making notes. And he saw the old lady, an old lady saying, "Susie Tomlinson, smile." So he gets he writes that down, and he gets a photo of the screen of the old lady's face, and I don't know how he knows where to go. Maybe he looked in the obituaries or something like that. I don't know. But Vienna sausage, I've no idea. I've never seen a Vienna sausage in my life. I've never seen one. I wouldn't even know what one looked like. We have proper sausages in Yorkshire that you have with bacon and egg. Anyway, where were we? So he goes and he finds Susie Tomlinson. There we go. Susie Tomlinson, smile, and then the photo of the old lady. I don't know how he's found her. I don't. But this is Susie Tomlinson's granddaughter. No, this is Susie Tomlinson. This is Edith Tomlinson's granddaughter. Edith is the old lady. And we found out that she'd passed away, and she used to say to Susie, when she was born, her mum died. Susie's mum died when she was born, so she was raised by her grandma. And she says her grandma always used to tell her, Susie, cheer up, Susie, it's not too bad. Susie Tomlinson, smile. It's something she always said to her. So this is all very nice. So he's happy he could help. And then as he's leaving, there we go, she's all upset, look. And there he's with her. She's with her. Vienna sausages, basically half hot dog stuffed 6 to a can. Oh, right, okay. So they're just half hot dogs then. Pardon me. Right, so it's going, and but we find out here that Edith Tomlinson only died 2 days ago in the film. But Jonathan says he's been getting these messages from her for a week. So he's getting messages from people that aren't dead. Or somebody's sending him messages about people that aren't dead. So he comes to the conclusion, so they can't explain it, So it's a mystery, but never mind. So he goes back to his awful apartment. And there we go. He's using Firewire now to capture stuff onto his computer. He's got all the whiz-bang stuff now. Capturing it digitally. He's using the dining table as well, as we can see there. Michael's looking, says, "Where are we going to eat?" Jonathan says, "On his laps." So there you go. So his equipment works. So he says, "Right, got to get you ready to go to your mother." We see him for about 5 minutes with his dad, but then his other 95% of the time is with Sarah Strange, which is a cool name. Anyway, so he's getting ready, and then this bit nearly set me off. It did when I was watching it earlier on. Little Michael sitting there like a bloody puppet, isn't he? It's like that bloody Robert doll. Is it Robert? Oh, I'm wrong button. Stop it. There we go. Pause. Damn you. Where were we? There we go. Like the bloody Robert doll, isn't it? That film. Is it Robert the doll or the boy? That was there from Walking Dead in it, which were good until spoilers. You found out it was just a bloke living in the wall. I hated that film. Stupid film. Looks like that anyway. Anyway, it nearly set me off, this scene, because he says to his dad, he says, "Are you going to be all right?" And it says in this cute little way. And I thought, oh, God, set me off. Oh, bless him, little soldier. And he says, "Yeah, he's going to be all right." So he gives him a hug. There we go. There. "Yeah, I'm going to be all right." But spoilers, he's not. Right, so sodded off with his mother again. So we see through frosted glass. I think it's toilets. That's like his toilet as well. Everybody can see him taking a dump. Because there's no bloody curtains up in this stupid apartment he lives in. Anyway, what's he looking at here? He sees Anna for the first time. Here we go. We're going to see her here now. Look. So he sees her. She comes on screen and she says, "Jonathan, my love," and all that. So he gets all upset. And then as he gets up close to the screen, you know, "Oh, princess, bloody hell, fire." Bloody cat just jumped up. God. Every Friday night this happened. I'm going to boot her out on a Friday night. Not literally, you know what I mean. She's always doing it. She jumps about. She don't walk on the floor, the floor straight through to the door so she can go upstairs. No, she's got to leap on everything. She's half monkey. Anyway, where were we? Right, so he's seen his wife, so he's all upset. He's leaning up against the TV screen, and then we get another jump scare. There we go. Of somebody obviously trapped somewhere, which scares him. So he's like, "Oh, heck, what's happening there?" And then I think he sees more of it. What we're going to see. Let's go back a bit. I think is it gone now? Yeah. So I don't know what's happened there. He's going to play it back. There we go. Seeing Anna. Then we see the three men. And then we're going to. I better make sure we're still going, aren't I? Better make sure. Are we still going? Yes, excellent connection. Yeah. Where were we? And I think she's saying something like "go now" still, It might even mention Willow Avenue here. I think. Yes, because he jumps in his car. Good moves about ventriloquist dolls. Magic. Dead silence. Good times. Yeah, magic's all right. I haven't seen it for donkey's years, though. Dead silence, is that the one where the basically scooped out a person and turned him into a ventriloquist dummy. I think that were all right. Another good one is Dead of Night. I think it's an Ealing film from about 1945. That's good, but it's an anthology film, and one of those is about a doll, ventriloquist dummy. Yeah, that's a good one. Anyway, so he jumps in his car and he heads out. He's off to Willow Avenue. So he finds Willow Avenue. Here we go. And I think we see the shadows of the. Hang on, we're going to see him in a minute. Or have we missed him? Might have missed him. Yeah, hang on. Oh, we're going to see it now. Here we go. As he's running towards, he sees a car's crashed into a power pole thing, and the transformers all sparking and fizzing. And so he runs toward, parks miles away, runs towards it, and as he's running towards it, we see. There we go. The shadows of the three men floating away. Anyway, so he gets to the car, and he sees this woman from his TV screen. Here she comes in a minute. There she is, look. Ah! He's saying, help my baby, save my baby. So he gets the baby out of the car just in time. The transformer thing falls off and, sparks up the car. She dies. She's called Carol Black, by the way. She passes away, unfortunately. But he saved the kid. There we go. He saved the young'un. So his information from beyond the grave is helping him, help people. So it's a good, it's an origin story, isn't it? I'm surprised they haven't made a TV series about this. You'd have thought they would have done, wouldn't you? A white noise TV series. That's an idea. I'll write it down and send it off. Anyway, so he goes to Carol Black's funeral. This is where we see the Battlestar Galactica chap. I can't remember the actor's name. Is it Aaron something? Aaron Davis? That rings a bell. I don't think it is that. Let's have a look. Aaron Douglas. That's it. Aaron Douglas. He's here in a minute. He plays Carol Black's husband in a moment. There he is. Come on, show us him from front. There he is. He goes to talk to him, and he's trying to tell him about how we got the information, but he doesn't want to know. By the way, he played Chief Tyrrell in Battlestar Galactica, but he's been in other stuff as well. Oh, pardon me. Have a drink. Have a drink before I continue. Oh dear. Right, where were we? But he doesn't want anything to do with it. He said, my wife, may have believed all that shit, but, I don't. He says, stay the F away from my family. So he gets a bit cross with him. This is him saying that, look, getting cross, stay away from me. I say, I appreciate you saved my son's life, but, stay away. So there we go. And this is Jonathan telling Sarah that, he can help people. Anna's sending him this information about things that are happening locally, and he thinks she's not telling him about some earthquake in India or a bomb in the Middle East. It's some things that he can affect and he can help with. So that's his reasoning. But we found out it's slightly different. Sorry, I just saw that name just give me the willies for a moment. Pressing the wrong button. Where are we? Where have we gone? White noise. There you go. So I just saw that there. Mrs. C.S. Battle. My ex-wife's great grandma were called Minor Battle, and she passed away. I think it was last year. Sorry, I just noticed that. I didn't actually notice it while I was watching the film. I just noticed it now in the freeze frame. There you go. Anyway. So he's saying that he's there. He's got the chance to help people. So as I said, origin story. So that's that. There we see. I presume it's Vancouver. In the rain, and we can see him in his flat, his horrible apartment, doing nothing. Except watching static on. It can't be good for your eyes, can it? Staring at those screens like that all the time. Anyway, and this, I think he gets a message now. There we go. Like a keep out, part of a keep out sign, obviously. We don't see the full thing. And then some other images. There was the three men again. And then we see somebody's hand, and he sees a woman's face. And oh, wow, we'd heard on the news that a woman's been abducted. I think it's called Mary Freeman, I think. She's been abducted. They don't know, there's no information. The police are stumped and all that. And he thinks he's just found out what's happening to her. He sees an image of her. It looks like a mouth being taped up. But then I think he hears Anna saying, "Go now," but he doesn't know where to go. He's confused. So he goes to the shop and looks through Raymond Price's stuff. And this is when he comes to the realisation. There you go, he finds a tape marked Edith Tomlinson. And he comes to the... what? Hang on. I'm starting to think you're obsessed with... Yes, I think I am. I'm obsessed with its heredity. Is that a word? Heredity. Horridness. I don't know. Hideousness. Anyway, finds this a VHS tape with Edith Tomlinson written on. He thought, oh, Edith Tomlinson, that was that young girl's grandma that just passed away. So what's Raymond Price doing with her name on a tape? And then we find out that Edith Tomlinson were a client of his. And then we also find out that Carol Black were also a client of Raymond Price's. And then we find out that is it Mary Freeman? I think it's Mary Freeman. I better check, haven't I? Yes, Mary Freeman. There we go. Ooh, who was that? All right. Mary Freeman were also a client of his. So he's saying, why are all these clients of his dying? He doesn't understand. There we go, Mary Freeman. She's also in his books. Had a lot of clients. Did they pay him? I don't know. I don't think they did. I don't think he ever asked for stuff. They probably just gave him money. Which is probably what I'd do, because I'm a rubbish businessman. I'm always giving stuff away. Never mind. That's the way it's seen. Police confirm missing woman abducted. Evidence mounts as police continue their investigation into the disappearance of Mary Freeman. And there's a full news article here, so have a read. Mary Freeman, who was declared missing several days ago, has been confirmed abducted by the local police department. And then you can't read that. Declared missing for several days, Mary Freeman has been confirmed abducted by the... Has it just repeated over and over again? Detective Bartlett, is that Mike Dopud, gave a statement today giving the details of an extensive search that has taken place with help from Mary Freeman's relatives and friends. See, all this, you wouldn't read this, would you? Initial searches were at her place of residence, and then they led to many of the social events that she had been to during the last few days before she went missing. Also, extensive interviews were done at her place of work during the last 24 hours. There have been over a dozen pieces of evidence that have led the police, L-E-A-D. Whoever wrote this is an idiot. Led the police department to suspect that she may have been abducted. Details may be released to the public as soon as tomorrow, in the hope that they may help in finding where she may be now. Mary Freeman's family have been given some guidance from the police department, blah, 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 and it all goes down. Look. And then mentions Detective Bartlett again. I nearly scrolled then. On my scroll wheel to see if there any more. God, I'm stupid. Anyway, right, so is still looking for more help. I think this is where Anna tells him to go now, but he doesn't know where to go. Article reads, all work and no play. Yeah. Yes, it does. Oh no, right. So he's still looking, and Anna comes through, and we get a bit more information. But he don't know where to go. And Anna comes on saying, "Go now," and he's saying, "I don't know where to go. Tell me where to go." And then he's getting cross now, and then he's looking. He looks at the sort of like gets angry. He's like, "Am I supposed to know what to do?" Blah blah blah. And then he sort of like gets a shocked look on his face, and she's not looking at the screen, obviously. And she looks round, and she sees herself. Like, "Oh no!" And she's saying it hurts. So she thinks she's gonna die now. So she's like, "Crikey." And he's like, "Crikey, what do we do now?" So they go to a hotel for some reason. I don't know why. So here we are. Look, they go to a hotel. A high hotel, that top floor or whatever, pretty high up. I like to imagine dead people trying to get AV equipment to work on the other side. Well, don't know. Bet dead people can't get bloody StreamYards to work. Except on Twitch. It worked on Twitch, fine. And Rumble. Worked on Rumble fine, but not on bloody YouTube. I don't know. Ghost hands smacking, yes. Anyway, they're in this hotel room. He's given her I don't know, is it a sleeping pill? He's given her something. She says, "What if I don't wake up?" He says, "You will, I promise." But I don't know why they've gone there. But so he's putting her to sleep. So he goes having a look out the balcony. I don't know why they've gone to a hotel. Don't know. Baffling. So they're all asleep. And he wakes up and I think he finds her on the balcony. Oh, there we go. He gets we get another view of the three men as he looks in the bathroom mirror in a minute. Or maybe it's her. Maybe it's her apartment, and we're looking at all her stuff that she's got in her cabinet. Yeah, so it might be her apartment then. He's taking her home. That's what he's done. Come on, show us. We're gonna get another jump scare. Come on, frame yourself, stupid film. There you go. He's taking. I don't know what he's taking. Is it an upper? I don't know. Something to keep himself awake. I presume some sort of stimulant. Oh, for Christ's sake! There we go. So he sees them there. Look in the mirror, briefly. Obviously they're not there, but something's fallen over. Oh, I'd put that there. That chess piece. It's like a doorstop. He'd put that there to keep her bedroom door open, so he could keep an eye on her. And obviously, it's been moved and the door's closed. So he goes in. She's not there, and she's on the balcony for some reason. And she just goes off the balcony and ends up on the foyer, the roof of the foyer. Is that what it is? I don't know. But she's not dead. She's not dead. Don't worry. She's just injured. So she ends up in hospital. I think it's the way she says it hurts, but she's not dead. So he's going to go off now and rescue Mary Freeman. There, Mike Dopewood arrives. So he's telling her he's going to go and find Mary, save Mary. And that's where she says it hurts. So off he goes. Goes back to his apartment. There you go. Everything's all smashed. Obviously, the three men have been there. They've smashed everything up. He gets a few clues here from some of his equipment still working. Gets a few clues. There we go. A few images of locations. How are we going to see it? Anyway, so he knows where to go, basically. He recognises it. I don't know how, but he does. So off he goes. Oh, there we go. He's getting... there we go. This is the area where his wife's car were found, or his wife's body, or whatever. So he's going there. So off he goes. Mike Dopewood arrives, by the way, at his horrible apartment and sees it all smashed up. Then he gets a phone call from, in a minute, from Jonathan. And he says he's found there we go. He turns around and he sees he's confused at first. He doesn't know where to go. And he turns around and sees the keep out sign, which we saw earlier. So he gets through the fence. That's Mike Dopud, seeing what he's been up to. And then Jonathan phones him up and says, I'm at Pier 16. Send help. I think I've found where Mary Freeman is. So there we go. So he's shown that, he's a good guy. He's told the police. So he's got inside this dilapidated, whatever it is, building. And goes up several floors. We get the occasional glimpse of the three men in a bit. There's always got to be a skeptic cop. But he's not really, actually, in this film. He's all right, isn't he, really? He's not too bad. Anyway, are they there? Can we see him? No, I can't see him there. No. You do see him occasionally. Up in the different floors, you see the three men. Oh, pardon me, looking down at him. But not yet. Anyway, goes through these plastic drape things, and then somebody's set up a similar setup to what he had. Somebody's into all this EVP stuff as well, ITC. So there we go. So it's obviously there's somebody that's still there. It's his movement behind. We're going to see him again in a minute. Oh, and he actually sees Anna now. In a minute, he looks up and he sees Anna. She's telling him to, go now or whatever. There we go. We see her just appeared in there. Look, ooh, spooky. As an actual proper ghost. There she is. So he's got to go and save Mary. Anna's saying, save him. Then we see the three men on the screen in the background. We actually see him in real life as well. So here's a scream. So he goes running towards it. And he finds Mary all tied up. There you go. There's torturing implements. And a workman's hat as well on the desk. Anyway, he finds Mary. There she is. Oh, there you saw him. You can't see, but she's there. Don't worry. And then the chap. I'll see if we can get a proper look at her. Oh, for crying out loud! There we go. There's Mary. She's all tied. She's tied to a chair. Not going to show her properly, is it? For some reason, I don't know why. Anyway, and we see the fella that's caught her, who's abducted her, is the workman from earlier. Don't know. Don't know why. Does that mean he targeted his wife? Because he knew Jonathan by sight. Obviously, didn't know him socially. So did he target Jonathan's wife and killed his wife? I think that's what they're trying to get at. Anyway. So he tells him, they tell me what to do and who to get, and then we look up, we see the three men watching from above. There they are, watching. Can you see him? Can you see him there? Look, they're there. Look, can you see him? He's scared. So I'm watching. This is where he's basically flashbacks, as to that it was the workman that he saw in the elevator earlier on. And then the three men start attacking Jonathan. As they're attacking Jonathan, Sarah's freaking out in bed as well. I don't know why she's freaking out as well, but never mind. And then, so they've attacked Jonathan, and he's fallen. He's fallen down into to one of the lower floors. And there we see Mary Freeman watching. It all goes quiet. And then the bad guy is about to, I think he picks up a scalpel or something, or a box cutter or whatever, or it might be a pair of pliers. He's about to do something to her, probably take her eyes out, something horrible. And then he gets shot. As you can see, gets shot, falls to the floor. And we see, oh, for God's sake, we see a SWAT team come in with Detective Bartlett. Is it? I think it's Detective Bartlett, Mike Dopewood. No, it's Detective Smits. What the hell's Detective Bartlett that I kept mentioning in the article? I don't know. Detective Smits. Is he named after Jimmy Smits? I don't know. Anyway, so they've arrived just in the nick of time to take out the bad guy. Does he have a name? I don't know. Has he got a name? This no, it's just called Workman. Mitchell Costerman is the actor, by the way. Taking out the bad guy, so he's dealt with. They've saved Mary, and then one of the other fellas calls out, says, "Sir, down here," and then we see, there we go, Jonathan's broken body with his leg at a funny angle there. Look. So obviously the three demon men or whatever had attacked him, and he'd either fallen or was pushed down, and he's dead. He's dead, but he saved Mary because he phoned up Detective Smits in the nick of time. And then I thought we were going to see him again, the three men, but we don't. We just go to white noise to a funeral. There we go. We're at Jonathan's funeral. Lily's again. So they're that poor kid. Heartbreaking, isn't it? He's lost his stepmother and now he's lost his actual father. At least he's got Morgana Le Fay to fall back on. And then Sarah, she's fine. Well, I don't know if she's fine. She's in a wheelchair by the looks of it, but she's not dead, which is a good thing. Hang on. And they get in the car. Hang on, I've gone too far. No, I can't. What was that? Why is that a blank screen there? I don't know. I'm curious now. Why there was just a blank. Oh, it was somebody walking by. Using a person walking by as a wipe. As a cut. Anyway, they get in the car. There's I forgot her name already. Is it Julie? I don't know. What's her name? Sarah Strange. Where are you? Jane. I was close. It began with J. Jane and Michael get in the car with Jane's husband, I suppose. Does he have a name? No idea. Let's have a look. Does it say Jane's husband? Mark. It's Mark, isn't it? Bruce Dawson is Mark. That's the name of Jane's husband. Oh, crikey. And then he went on to become Beetlejuice. Well, he was Beetlejuice before that one. This is a film I don't like. I don't like Beetlejuice. I'm one of these weird people that don't like all these films that other people love. Like Princess Bride and all that. Goonies. Goonies, Joshua. Anyway, where were we? They get in the car, and then the radio comes on, and then we hear Jonathan's voice saying, "I'm sorry, Mikey." So they're all freaking out a bit. There you go, with their huge eyes, getting all teary. But they know that Jonathan's, in another place, saying he's sorry. And then we see Sarah looking a bit peaky, isn't she? But she's still fit. But then if you look in the background, we see three shadows fly by. We're going to see it in a minute. Are we going to see it? There they are. Look. Whoa. So they're still around, the three men. So we see them. And then we get his last jump scare. By the way, there was a jump scare earlier on that were a pointless one. I forgot to mention it. Just with a truck going by for no reason. It wasn't even in like a scary scene. It was just, he were in his car at a junction and a truck went by and they just went for no reason. Anyway, there you go. She sees the wind blowing and another funeral's going on, and then she looks, and do we see something? I don't know. Let's see. Is anybody there? No, there's nobody there. Because it just cuts to black. There's a gravestone in the background, but no, there's nobody there. Did she sense? Oh, that's the end. Oh yeah, sorry. Of the many thousands of documented EVP messages, approximately 1 in 12 have been overtly threatening in nature. Is that official? Have they just made that up for the film? I don't know. Is that it though? And that's it, yeah. There we go. There we go, that's the end of the film. It's a good one, I like it. Better than Beetlejuice. I didn't like Beetlejuice. I didn't like it. Anyway, Beetlejuice had good moments, but I wouldn't say that it's amazing. To be honest, I say I'm not a huge Tim Burton fan, to be honest. Yeah, obviously he's had good films and stuff. I love Mars Attacks and Batman, obviously. But his other stuff, it's a bit hit and miss, isn't it? Not liking Princess Bride is a bigger sin than not liking the Goonies. Tell you. I've not actually seen the Princess Bride all the way through. I've never made it. At least I've seen Goonies all the way through, and I hated it. But I'll have to try them again, won't I? I'll have to try them again and see if I can change my mind. Maybe I'm just contrary. Right. So anyway, that's it for White Noise. It's a good one. I enjoy it. I enjoy White Noise, and it had a sequel starring Nathan Fillion, but I forgot what happens in that. And I've got it, and I've seen it more than once, but for some reason I can't remember what happens in it at all. And there were a third one that came out not too long ago, but that were kind of like a side White Noise. It was like a film about EVPs and stuff, but it wasn't connected at all, I don't think, to this story or the sequel, or White Noise 2. I think after the fact, they kind of made it White Noise 3, didn't they? But it was called something else. But it's a good film. And Michael Keaton phoned it in, apparently. No, I think that's something different. Is that one? There is a film called White Noise with Adam Driver, but I don't think it's about this. I think it's something else. I don't think it's connected in any way to this White Noise. It just shares the same title. Anyway, right, we're going to leave it there. What time is it? How long have I been going on for? Where's my clock? There. Yeah, anyway, so we're going to leave it there. Give it a go, White Noise. It's fun. I like it. I'll give the sequel a go as well, even though I can't remember what's happening in it. A new White Noise. There's a White Noise. I think it came out last year starring Adam Driver, but it's not this. It's just got the same title. I don't think it's connected in any way. I've not seen it, but I've read the synopsis, and I don't think it's connected in any way to this. It's just shares the same title. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you now. So thanks for watching. Thanks, Joshua and Windgrace again. I hope you enjoy the books, by the way. Don't expect too much. But hang on, where are we? College professor. Oh, is this the new one? A chemical leak causes the airborne toxic event, releasing a noxious black cloud over the region. Yeah, I don't think it's not connected. It's sounds interesting though, but I haven't seen it. Right, so thanks for watching. I'm sorry about earlier, with it all going wrong. But we'll see what happens. I say I'll not be using StreamYard again. I'll be cancelling that bugger. 25 quid a month. No, 20 quid a month. $25 a month. That won't be getting used again. And it's not that good for doing recording on either. You can record with it, and for sometimes it freezes up. Anyway, so that's by the by. So thanks for watching, and toodles. Thanks for watching wherever you are. Hang on, I've got to get my sin sorted out. Look after each other, and until next time. Oh, and don't have nightmares, especially about demonic trios coming and getting you and breaking your legs. And until next time, I'll see you. I'm going now, right.